Are you recently thinking of buying a new processor and like thinking of building a new PC? So then this video is definitely for you. So I'm gonna explain how you should choose the perfect processor for you in this whole video. So let's start. First thing, you need to make sure that what is your main purpose for building your PC or for choosing the processor or for changing the processor. What is your main purpose? You can have many purposes like video editing, programming, gaming, whatever you say, but you need to fix on that. What is your main purpose? First define your purpose, then you need to think about the budget. Like you need a very good processor, but you don't have that budget, so you need to have a good budget also for a good processor. Think about your affordability too, how much you can afford for this one processor. Next thing you need to check is compatibility. What type of processor your motherboard support? If the AM5 or LGA 1700, so check it before buying the processor. There's a proverb we all know, the more the merrier, but it's not gonna be true all the time, because if you have bought a processor with more cores and threads but it does not support your motherboard, then the all money, all expenditure is in vain. So let's not do that. Next, talk about cores and threads. Let me simplify cores and threads for you. Core is like little workers in your PC. So you have the more cores, the more workers you have. But thread is how they can think, like how fast they can think. See, if you have so many workers but they don't think fast, then it's not gonna work, right? So if you have more core, more threads, but it's from like previous generation or like an older generation, then it's not gonna work as fast as a new generation processor, even with lower cores and threads. Even if you see higher clock speed in a processor spec, it does not mean that you will get the better performance if it's from the older generation. If you're thinking about buying a new processor, then always get the updated version. But you definitely need to check the compatibility with the motherboard. Then comes next big question, whether you should go with AMD or Intel. If you are upgrading your processor from the current build, then the options are very limited. Because like if you're using AMD processor, then your motherboard will only support the AMD processor. If you're using an Intel processor right now, your motherboard will only support the Intel processor. If you are trying to change the whole build, then that's another question. The next thing you need to consider while building a new PC or like upgrading your processor in the current build is integrated graphics. If you are currently using a processor with integrated graphics, then you need to buy a processor with integrated graphics if you don't want to spend some extra money on the GPU. But if you are currently using a processor with GPU, then I would say do not buy a processor with integrated graphics, because if you're spending same amount of money on another processor without integrated graphics, you will get more L3 cache, which will serve you better in the efficiency game. So that's what my suggestion is. If you have a GPU right now, then buy a processor without integrated graphics. But if you don't have a GPU right now, then buy a processor with integrated graphics. If you are building a new PC and if you don't want to buy a GPU, then buy a processor with integrated graphics. So the pair is very simple. See, graphics card without integrated graphics processor. If you don't want to have a graphics card, then buy a processor with integrated graphics, right? So the equation is very simple. Last but not least, when you are buying a new processor, always think of future proofing. Better spend some extra money on the processor because it will last you longer. If you are building a new PC, then or if you're upgrading a processor, then this is gonna last for at least 5 to 7 years. So think about that. So you need to spend on the processor thinking about the future, how long that processor can serve you. If you want to have a budget over this suggestion, please do let me know in the comments that what your budget is, and I will suggest you the best processor you can get with your budget. And please do let me know if you want another video with the budget processor. I will show you all the processor that you can get with your budget. If you have a PC building story like building your PC from a potato to super powerhouse, then please do let me know in the comment section. Drop your stories in the comment section. I would really love to know what you have to say. Smash that like button if this video helped you out. Subscribe for more no nonsense tech advice. Hit that bell if you don't want to miss a bit, and see you again in the next video. Tada.